Welcome to this daily yoga routine for intermediate practitioners. This is a full body practice with a little bit of everything, great to incorporate into your day-to-day. When you're ready, we'll begin in a seated position. Turn to face the front of your mat, and you can either find a cross-legged position or you could stack one foot over the top of the other. Then rest the hands on your knees and sit up tall, stacking the head over the base of the spine. And for the first few moments here, just focus on your inhale and your exhale. And if it helps you to concentrate, you could close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale to sigh out through your mouth. And open the eyes if they're closed. Interlace your fingers, clasp your hands together, start to roll out your wrists. And if you like, you could take this movement into the arms and the shoulders. Then keep the fingers interlaced, but lift the right hand up, keep the left hand down, and press the hands towards one another. Pause and take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And then switch, lowering the right hand down, lifting the left hand up, pressing the hands in together. Shake out the hands all together. And then bring the legs into a diamond shape. And you can hold on to the outsides of the feet as you let the legs bob up and down. You could start slow and then pick up the pace to generate some heat. Okay. Then extend the left leg, bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Place the hands on either side of the left leg. And with an inhale, roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hinge from your hips to fold forward, keeping the chest lifted so the fold is happening further down. And you can walk your hands towards your foot to lower yourself into position. Just going breath by breath, easing yourself in. Slowly lift yourself back up and we'll switch sides, extending the right leg, bending the left. Bring the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Hands come to the outside of your leg. With an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Start folding, bringing the belly towards your thigh, just going slow to ease yourself into position. Inhale to sit back up and straighten the left leg. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and you can bring the hands behind the backs of the legs. With an inhale, roll your shoulders back, open your chest. And as you exhale, round the back and slowly roll down to lie on your back with as much control as you can find. Bring the feet close to the backs of the hips, setting up for bridge. Then press through your heels, lift the hips to come into bridge. Tucking the tailbone, squeezing the glutes as we lift. Option to clasp the hands together and roll the shoulders under the back to lift the chest. Deepen your breath. Then keep the hips lifted, but walk the feet further away from you. And flex your feet so it's just the heels on the mat, and we focus more on strengthening the hamstrings here. Continue to lift your hips, hold your pose. Inhale here. Release the interlace of the fingers. Exhale, roll down the back. Good. Hug your knees into your chest and then start to rock forward and back, building a little bit of momentum so that you can make your way up and come into boat pose. Option to keep the hands on the backs of the legs, or you could extend the arms. There's also the option to extend the legs. Then pause, find stillness. Lower the legs and extend them if they're bent. Place the hands behind you. You can either have the fingers facing the sides of the mat or turn the hands to face back. If you struggle with hyperextending the elbows, like I do, I recommend fingers facing the side of the mat. Point the toes, press through the heels, lift the hips, come up into reverse plank. Option to look down the length of your body, or you could tilt the head back, gaze up to the sky. Lift the chest, lift the hips. Deep breaths in and out. Hold for one more inhale. As you exhale, slowly sit back down. Cross your ankles, bend your knees, and rock forwards to come into tabletop. Setting the hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Round your back and start to roll from the right. Dip the belly and go to the left. Rounding the back, rolling to the right. Dipping and rolling to the left. Keep this going. There's the option to tent the fingers to make it a little bit different. And then moving in the other direction, now rolling to the left, dipping the belly to go to the right. Just working out any of the kinks in the body here. Good. Come back through center, plant your hands if they're lifted. Keep the hips over the knees, walk the hands forward and sink your chest down to come into puppy pose. And go slow as you make your way here. Give your body a chance to ease into position. Inhale in puppy pose. Exhale and ripple forward. Come and lie on your belly. You can bend the forearms, come into Sphinx pose, dragging the chest forward, rolling the shoulders back. Pause here. Bring the left forearm in front of your chest for support. Reach the right hand back to catch your foot. If the foot isn't within reach, you could use a strap to extend the reach of your arm and start to draw the foot in towards you. If the hand is holding the foot, spin the elbow up, turn the fingers to face forward to help you press the heel of the hand into the top of the foot. Then pause here, deepen the breath. Release the right leg slowly with control. And we'll switch sides, bringing the right forearm in front of the chest for support. Left hand reaches back to catch the foot, or use your strap. Spin the elbow up, turn the fingers to face forward so that you can press the heel of your hand into the top of your foot to come into position. And then deepening the breath. Slowly release the left foot. Push back to tabletop. Then tuck your toes, lift your hips to come into downward dog. Ease yourself in by pedaling out the legs, swaying the hips, and moving in any other way that helps. Then settle in and find stillness. With an inhale, lift the right leg high, open out the hip, and bend the knee. As you exhale, step the foot to the outside of the right hand to come into lizard. You can keep the back knee lifted here or lower it down. And for the next few breaths, pause, steady your breath. Roll onto the outer edge of your front foot so that the knee can roll out to the side. And you can press the right hand against the inside of your thigh to help externally rotate the thigh. Bring the knee back over the ankle, bring the foot flat to the mat. Lift the back knee and open out the foot, sinking the hips towards the right heel to come into Skanasana. Option to use the hands on the mat for support, or you could bring hands to prayer. Focus on pressing through your feet, lengthening your spine, lifting up. Inhale in position. As you exhale, lower the left foot down, come up into warrior two. If you need to reset your feet, you can so that the front heel is in line with the bridge of the back foot. Relax your shoulders, reach your arms apart, focus the gaze on the front middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, right arm reaches forwards. Exhale to lower the hand down, reach the left arm up. Turn the chest open to come into Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Option to keep the left arm reaching overhead, or for a little change, you could reach the arm overhead, bringing the upper arm towards your ear to find a little bit more of a side stretch through the left side of the body. Inhale in position. Exhale, gaze down, lower the left hand down and step to plank. Inhale, hold your pose. Exhale, chaturanga with control. Inhale to find your back bend of choice. Exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high and open out the hip, bending the knee. Exhale, step the foot to the outside of the left hand to come into lizard. Option to keep the back knee lifted, or you could lower it down. And then pause, tune into your breath. Roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Bring the left hand to the inside of the thigh so that you can roll the thigh away from you. Then bring the foot flat to the mat, the knee over the ankle. Open out the back foot, sink the hips towards the left heel to come into Skandasana. You can use your hands on the mat here, bring hands to prayer. Then press through the feet to find more stability. Inhale in position. As you exhale, lower the right foot down, lift up to come into warrior two. Rearrange your feet to align the front heel with the bridge of the back foot. Relax your shoulders and focus your gaze on your front middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale to straighten the front leg. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Reach the right arm up as you turn open, coming into Trikonasana. Option to keep the right arm extended up, or you could reach the arm overhead, bringing the bicep towards your ear, finding a little bit more of a side stretch for the right side of the body. Inhale in position. Exhale, gaze down for balance and step to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga with control. Inhale to find your back bend of choice. Exhale, push back to down dog. Pause for a breath in. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Folding all the way forward here. Inhale, round the back, roll up to stand. Then hug the right knee into your chest and take a moment to find your balance here. Bring the right index and middle finger and wrap it round your big toe, and the left hand can rest on your hip. Then extend the leg forward. If you have quite long legs, you may want to use a strap instead of holding onto the big toe. Then when you find your pose, stand tall, press through the left heel, lift up from the crown of the head. Open the leg out to the right side and challenge your balance by looking over to the left. Turn the gaze to look forward, then bring the right foot either to the inside of the left lower leg or to the upper thigh to come into Vrikshasana, tree pose. Hands can come to prayer heart center, or arms could reach overhead. Inhale in position. Exhale, lower the arms, lower the leg. Switching sides, hug the left knee into your chest. Take a moment to find balance here. Focus your gaze. Then either taking your strap or wrapping the left index and middle finger around the big toe, right hand rests on the hip. Extend the leg in front. Press down through the right heel, lift up from the crown of your head. Open the leg out to the left side. Challenge yourself by looking over to the right. Then turn the gaze to look forward. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right lower leg or the thigh. Bring hands to prayer at heart center or reach arms overhead for tree pose. Inhale in position. Exhale, release the arms, release the leg. Hinge from your hips and fold forward. Inhale to lift the chest halfway. Exhale to step to plank. Inhale, hold your pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to find your back bend of choice. Exhale, back to down dog. Lifting the right leg high, opening out the hip, bending the knee. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep the leg forward to come into pigeon pose. Edging the back leg down the mat to create space. If you need some support, place it underneath the right side of the buttocks and maybe just in front of the left thigh. Option to stay sitting upright, or you could fold forward. Just gradually slowing down the breath here. If you folded forwards, lift back up and step back to down dog. Lifting the left leg, opening out the hip, bending the knee. Inhale here. Exhale to sweep the leg forward to come into pigeon pose. Edge the back leg down the mat to create space. If you need support here, place it underneath the left side of the buttocks and just in front of the right thigh. Option to fold forwards or to stay sitting upright. And continue to slow down the breath. If you folded forward, sit back up and step back to plank. Pause for a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Keep the hands close to the lower ribs. Then bend the left leg, roll onto the right side of the body and place the left foot behind you. Slowly push away from the floor, pick up the hips. Reach the left arm overhead to come into wild thing. Turning your hips open, lifting your heart to the sky. Deepen your breath. With your next exhale, slowly lower back down and roll onto your belly. Then bending the right leg, rolling to the left side of the body, place the foot behind you. Push away from the floor, lift up, reaching the right arm overhead to come into Wild Thing. Spin your hips and your heart open. Steady your breath. Inhale in position. Exhale, roll back onto your belly. Then push up into tabletop. Just stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. With an inhale, reach the right arm up, turn the chest open. As you exhale, thread the right arm under the left, slowly lowering the shoulder and the side of the head down to the mat. Option to extend the left arm forward. Then settle into position as you regulate your breath. Come back into tabletop. Inhale, the left arm will lift, turn the chest open. Exhale, thread left arm under right. Slowly lower the shoulder and the side of the head down to the mat. Option to reach the right arm forward. Come back into tabletop. Then sit your hips on your heels. Option to open the knees wide and walk the hands forward to lower down into child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat. Walk the hands into the knees and lift yourself up. Bring the knees together if they aren't already. Then bring the right hand behind the back to the left side of the lower back or the left hip. Place the left hand on the right and then tilt your head to the left. Just finding a gentle release for the right side of the neck. Lift the head back up. Keep the hands together, but bring them to the right side of the lower back or the right side of your hip. Then tilt the head to the right. Just gently releasing the left side of the neck. And lifting the head back up. Rest the hands on your thighs, and we'll finish by taking a deep breath in and a cleansing sigh out. Open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you for your time and energy. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. Take care, and I'll see you next time.